Oh, welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, the news on the wire. LeBron James just now tied Michael Jordan in fouls. He just tied Michael Jordan in fouls. And I think we'll go a whole different direction with this. I think he's like 130 on the list. With the ABA and the NBA combined, and I think he's like 130. I think he's like 130 with the ABA, NBA combined, and I think he's 120 with just the NBA, and it's in total fouls. But it's a lot of trouble right there because he got guards in front of him, guys at his own position, and we'll look at that in a minute. But what got me was LeBron James, it says right here, has had 256 games in his career with 0 personal fouls, while some sources indicate 257. Most recent data points to 256 regular season games with 0 fouls called on him. So tell me if I'm not mathing. I came up with 11.5 games a year, or whatever you want to say, a season, that he didn't get called for a foul out of the 22 years. 11 and a half games per season, he didn't get a foul called on him. How is that possible? 11 games per season in 22 years. Oh God, this is just beyond embarrassing. Are we even playing basketball anymore? The biggest guy on the court, LeBron James, the biggest, basically since 2015. How did this guy ever? Because we're talking about in a 22-year career, 11 and a half games per year, he has 0 fouls. How is he making defensive teams, guys? Let's remember, this is a guy who complained about not winning Defensive Player of the Year, but yet he has 0 100 season blocks, 0 200 steal seasons. The steals, I'm cool with it. But he's supposed to be this athletic freak. You can't get 100 blocks in a season? And some people be like, oh, well, Kobe never had 200 steals in a season. Yeah, that's right. But Kobe never complained that he was the Defensive Player of the Year. Kobe was just a good on-ball defender. He didn't steal the ball a lot. He didn't do a lot of blocks. He didn't get you 100 blocks in a season. But he would just crowd you. You know what I'm saying? He would crowd you. Go watch a Kobe game. He would crowd you. He'd be like a Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman don't have 100 season blocks. 100 seasons in a block, 100 blocks in a season, my fault. But he just crowds you from moving. You get what I'm saying? What was this? They said something about Larry Bird has a better career defensive rating than Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. I was shocked. I don't know if that's right, but that's what came up. I wasn't even looking for it, but that's what came up because I think I was looking for something on LeBron or something like that. And it said that Larry Bird had a better career defensive rating than Michael Jordan. And I want to say it was Kobe Bryant. We'll have to do a video on that later. I don't know if that's accurate, but it came up. Now, you might be right, man. I mean, he played for some great defensive teams back in the day. They ran the 80s. Nevertheless, yeah, guys, this is disturbing. And then some guy he had to come at me, because most of these guys they don't know nothing about basketball and stuff like that. So they'll just say all kind of stuff. And this guy, I really don't want to put him out there, but He said Kobe Bryant went without a foul in 257 games. That's the same as LeBron James. So he starts laughing at me, calling me this and that. See, you're saying this and you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. But you got to remember, Kobe's first 3 seasons, he didn't start. His first season, he rarely played. So they're counting all those first 3 seasons where he wasn't either get any playing time or he didn't start. And the times he did start, he still ain't even coming in like that. So you can imagine him getting no fouls in some of them games. I'm not trying to use an excuse. And then we know about Kobe's last 3 years. He didn't even play full seasons or no full games. And yes, I admit the last 3 seasons he wasn't playing no defense. Dude was just out there hobbling around, no doubt about that. So I'll give you that those 3 seasons. But what did we find out? That Kobe had more 200 foul seasons than LeBron James. I think it was, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 if I ain't mistaken. 4 or 5 or 6. I don't know the exact number right here. But the fact is, LeBron James had 0 seasons of 200 fouls. So it kind of blew up in his face. The whole thing. And Kobe averages like 2.8 something fouls per game. And LeBron James only averages 1.8. How's that possible? LeBron James, how's that possible? 1.8. And now you can see how all that stuff is true about every single year he has played, except for this year. Every single year he has played in 22 seasons, 11 games every year, he doesn't get 1 foul called on him. Oh my goodness, guys. I mean, it's just embarrassing, man. And then that's why I always say, this stuff that these guys are saying about him, it's just, they're trying to be funny. They're not trying to be for real. The stuff that, what's his name? Reggie Miller says, all these dummies on the play-by-play say about him. Dummy Perk, Nick Wright over the years, Shannon Sharp, this is comedic. They're trying to be funny. They're trying to be comedians. They're just here for reaction. None of it. You can't, look, I fell for the bait. We got to admit that we were dumb. We fell for the bait with these guys that's been boosting up LeBron James all these years. Because this is all the NBA has. To get you to react, to get you to get pissed off, and all this stuff. Because these international players ain't selling the game, guys. So we already talked. I'm going to be the only channel that tells you this. I don't know why everybody's scared. But LeBron James has only been around for the Clown Act. That's it. Especially in the 2020s. He's here for the Clown Act. You got your top 5 guys in the league, your Tatum. I guess he's a top 5. But most of your internationals, your SGA, your Joker, your Greek Freak, your Luka, where are these guys pushing the NBA? The Wimbies. If they were them dudes that could sell a league, how does this even possible? Your top 5 players in the league can't even sell the league, so you need a clown show. What, y'all think LeBron James is around for greatness? You think all this stuff that they say about LeBron James that you hear on the mainstream media, you think that's true? You think they don't know that ain't true? No, it's to piss you off to get a reaction, because what sells the NBA game? Social media. The NBA would have to spend all this money to sell their game if they were doing it themselves. They don't have to do it. Social media sells their game, right? So all they have to do is say a whole bunch of ludicrous stuff, bring Bronny in, have these fake trades, to piss people off, to take Luka out of Dallas, and all this is reaction. If these international players could sell this game, LeBron James will be gone, Harden, Kawhi. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be MLB ratings once these guys retire that we know of. The Russell Westbrook, the Hardens, the Kevin Durant, the LeBron James, the Currys. Oh man, NBA is in trouble, guys. When the Kawhi league, trust me, when they bring you this fake news about Kawhi that's still running around getting paid, it's to bring you a reaction. It's to sell the game. Damon Jones betting on this. It's to sell you the game. These international players ain't selling the game, guys. Listen, we get back into this LeBron James thing. Since these guys have emerged in the 2020s as the face of the league, well, not the face, remember, they said they don't want them. They said they're going to have American. I keep trying to tell you, they already know they're in trouble. But since these guys have emerged as the best players in the 2020s, guess what? The 2020s has the worst ratings of all time. What would it be without LeBron James and the Clown Act? It would be silent. It would be MLB ratings. These guys have no personalities. These international players. They're not from the United States. They're not of this culture. They can't push a culture of something they don't know about. And I'm cool with it. They're Canadian. They're from Serbia. Wherever Luka's from. You got Greek from Greece. That's cool. That's of their culture that they know of. So it's like, it's almost like the MLB, right? When you had American players, you had the American players pushing it. The Bo Jackson, the Barry Sanders, the Barry Bonds, the Ken Griffey Jr.'s, Deion Sanders, Mark Grace, it's Andre, it's a slew of, we could just go on and what you want. But once they got rid of the American players for cheap labor, because you have to pay them, well, you don't have to, they're paying them cheaper to bring them up from the AAA, AA in the Caribbean League. You got to be careful what you say to these people who don't know nothing about sports, because they will start saying stupid stuff. So I got to explain when I say for cheaper labor, what you will pay for a AA, AAA American in the United States is probably about $3 to $5 million now. You can pay them $50 to $100,000, something like that, in the Caribbean AAA League. Once they do come up, now you're on a rookie contract and you ain't getting paid shit again. So that's how baseball makes their money now. Just in case you do become good, it's like you're paying dues. So let's get these guys in the Caribbean League. They're not better players, they're cheaper players. Okay? So since the cheap labor event with baseball, and they put these people as, I don't know, the face of the league, or 95% of the players in the league, these international players, the ratings don't went down, guys. Because these people, they only can't even speak English, but they can't push American culture. They're not on McDonald's commercials. They're not on Nike commercials. They're not on Gatorade. How do you put them on those commercials? Nobody's going to respond to it, though. Just the facts. When I was growing up in baseball, these dudes was on all the damn commercials. The Ken Griffey Jr.'s, the Barry Bonds, the Davis Justices, the Joe Carters, the Bo Jacksons, the Darryl Strawberries. The Ken Griffey Jr., if I said that, I would just go on and on. The Randy Johnsons. There's nothing wrong with the American talent, and there'll never be, because the people, listen, we have something called a lie. When they bring other people over, they try to make you feel like these people have superpowers. Oh yeah, Americans don't want to do the job, or if these people is not doing it, who's going to do it? And then you find out they ain't paying them nothing. The craftsmanship is garbage. And you're like, how are they better? So you got all these people that you claim they're the best workers, legally or illegally, and they're building all these houses, whatever like that, and they're trash. They put together like trash. The worst put together houses you ever see the past 20, 25 years. On top of that, you ain't paying them nothing. You ain't no overtime, no insurance, no workman's comp. So they're the best guys for the job, and they're the better workers, but you don't pay them nothing. Americans don't want to pick the strawberries and work in the fields, and they're better workers, these people are. How come you ain't paying them nothing? That's crazy, ain't it, right? Remember, they stressed to us for so long. They'd be like, oh, if these people aren't doing these jobs, then you're not going to be able to get it for this price, and prices are going to go up and stuff like that. So it don't matter if it's made in the United States, right, in another country, and they get shipped here, or these people come take all the jobs here and work for cheap. Either way, right? So how come it's not cheaper? How come we're paying so much money for everything if you're saying it's cheaper? Who is it cheaper to? So it's like these people want it every damn way. You don't want to pay them good pay. You don't want to pay them overtime. You don't want to pay them insurance. You don't want to pay them workman's comp. You don't want to pay them health care. They got to do the work because we don't want to do it, or we couldn't do it better. And now it's not even cheaper. And a lot of times it's trash. The clothes is made like trash. See how they make guys' clothes now? Men is women wearing women's pants now. They're like these stretchy pants that women wore for years. The way they make sweaters now is real thin. Some cheap shit. It's just everything that is made now by either other people from other countries that is getting made in the United States or get shipped from another country into the United States. It's trash. Even though they're paying them like trash, they still don't want to give you high quality no more for anything. Food is trash. Everything is trash that's made now. All goods. And it's overpriced. Anyways. So, this is what it is with the NBA. I don't care who ain't saying it. It's obvious, man. This is... They need these clowns around because they know these top 5 international players ain't pushing the game, guys. They ain't pushing the game. So, to me, this is criminal. Let's look at this. So, LeBron James, what we said, he ranked 120th. So, he ranks 120th in total fouls. In total fouls so far. He's tied with Michael Jordan. He just passed Elgauskas. I don't know. We'll say last year he just passed Kevin McHale. He didn't even play for that many seasons. He just passed Rick Fox and Derek Harper last year. So let's see who he didn't pass. So he's at 120 at 2,783. So he didn't pass Horace Grant, who was at 114 on this list in 2,832. Wow. Ray Allen is 106 on this list. We're just doing the NBA at 2,858. James Harden, wow, is on this list at 98. 98 at 2,886, above LeBron James. Brooke Lopez is on this list at 93, 2,897. Oh my God. Look, it's a lot of dudes on here. I'm just trying to get some notable names with a lot of dudes above LeBron James. I don't care really about centers because, I mean, you could say because a lot of these centers didn't play even close to 22 years, but that'll be their gripe, always a center. Isaiah Thomas is at 81. Isaiah Thomas didn't play 15 years. He's at 81 with 2,971. Alex English at 75, 3,027 total fouls. Goodness God. Dennis Johnson is at 68, 3,087 career fouls. How about this dude, Kyle Lowry? Now, he don't play for a minute, but still, he ain't been playing before LeBron James came in the league. He's at 61 on this list, 3,161 fouls. How about this, guys? Russell Westbrook is at number 57, 3,200 fouls. Chris Paul is right above him at 56, 3,202 fouls. Wow. Oh, God. Some notable names right here. Clyde Drexler is at 46, 3,285 fouls. Scottie Pippen didn't play for no 15 seasons, did he? I don't know. He's at 43 with 3,329 fouls. Here's Kobe Bryant. They say he didn't play defense, right? This fool just said it. He's at 42. I was surprised he even mentioned Kobe Bryant playing defense. Wow, this is crazy. Kobe Bryant at 42 with 3,353 fouls, guys. I think the rest of these are like centers. What about this? Paul Pierce is at 22 at 3,643. Wow, this is crazy. Hal Greer, I thought he was a guard. He's at number 17 with 3,879. John Stockton, Iron Man, a real Iron Man that did play for a long time like LeBron James. He's at 15. This is where LeBron James should be up here. Stockton at 3,942. Vince Carter is at 14. Yes, played for a long time. This is where he should be. LeBron James up here. Vince Carter, 3,995. So, of course, Kareem is up here at 1. Karl Malone is 2. Robert Parrish is 3. I mean, these guys, this is where they're supposed to be at. But LeBron James is supposed to be up at the top 2. It's getting kind of ridiculous out here, man. So I don't even want to make this video. Somebody asked me, truthfully, I really don't care no more. To me, it's just a matter of opinion. Uh, and it, like I said, it opinion and facts on top of that. I mean, but somebody hit me up and said, "Oh yeah, what's this guy's name? I got a brain fart. Oh, God. Sports and Fitness Rants. He did a video, he kind of attacking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, talking about he wasn't attacking him. Some nitwit said that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar created the Showtime Lakers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar created the Showtime Lakers. And then, he pretty much, he was like, well, he's sitting there saying stuff about Kareem and how he ain't top 10, how he ain't top 5. And listen, that's his opinion. I'm not going to go back and forth with him. That's his opinion. But he's right. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar didn't start no I ain't trying not to cuss. Didn't start no Showtime Lakers. He did it. He didn't start no Showtime Lakers. That's Magic Johnson. Not even close. I don't know who would say something that dumb. These people just come up. You could basically make a video on dumb stuff all day if you wanted to. If you just wanted to make money or whatever like that and make a video, because you need about 1,000 views to get $30 or whatever like that. I see people all the time make videos about nothing really. And I guess it's kind of, lit a fuse with him because, I'm not trying to say he don't like Kareem, but he don't like Kareem being number 2 or being in the top 10. So when he heard Kareem invented the Showtime Lakers, that lit a fire under him. He got to do a video, which I don't know. People out here saying some dumb stuff. Kareem didn't invent no show. I don't even know if it was a such thing as no Showtime anything before Magic Johnson. I guess the closest we got to it maybe was Boston Celtics. They were the first team to do that. They had the number 1 SRS just about every year when Bill Russell was there. They ran the ball down your throat. They had the shooters. They had the rebounders. They had the All-NBA guys. I told you, they took 3 All-NBA guys. 3 guys made All-NBA from 57. Was it 57? 58 all the way until like 67. 3. That's never been done. Or not even close. Not even in a 3-year period, 4-year period, 5-year period, 6-year period. It's never been done. While they were bringing 3 to 4 All-Stars every year. Number 1 defense just about every single year in the 60s. And sometimes number 1 offense. But a lot of times top 5. I'm not going to go back down that rabbit hole. To me, the Boston Celtics is just the greatest team of all time. And like I said, whatever team you think is the best, the 80s Celtics, the 80s Lakers, the 90s Bulls, whatever, the Boston Celtics of the 60s doubles that. Not even close. That team would destroy you. And we ain't talking about, this dude's more athletic and blah, blah. I'm talking about the whole team. They was loaded. 1 through 9, bro. Can't beat that. Elgin Baylor and Jerry West was getting their teeth kicked in every year in the finals. Do you know who Jerry West and Elgin Baylor is? Elgin Baylor and Jerry West was getting their teeth kicked in all those years in the finals. They couldn't beat them. Wilt beat him one time, and it was like, yeah, and then he got his teeth kicked in after that. It wasn't like, Jordan got over the hump and he beat the bad boy Celtics. Whoa, finally beat them. Yes, let's start this dynasty with the Bulls. Nope. Get your ass kicked the next year. If you beat the Celtics back then, you was lucky. Bob Pettit beat him. He was lucky. He got his ass kicked after that. Wilt beat him and then got his ass kicked after that. It wasn't like, yeah, let's start this streak. No, you got lucky. You didn't beat him because you was better than them. You was better than them in that year. You got lucky. But after that, you get your ass kicked again and again and again and again and again. They won't like Kobe and, Shaq. Oh yeah, we got past the, we got past the San Antonio. Going on there, going this 3-peat. Nope. Not with the Celtics. So, yeah, the only thing, look, if we was talking about Dr. J, his first 5 years, easily top 5 player. To me, easily top 10 player. But if we're just talking about his first 5 years, he's top 5, no doubt. No doubt. Something we've never seen before. But Who's gonna say first 5 seasons? Remember, Jordan didn't win his first until his 7th season. So we're gonna base a career off of first 5 seasons? I can't do that. Because when he came into the NBA, he was a shell of himself to me. Even though he made all NBA first team, I'm talking about on the level that Dr. J was on was crazy in the ABA. Was crazy. He was scoring like 30-something a game, 28 a game, 29 a game, plus grabbing like 12, 15 rebounds, 2 blocks, block and a half, 2.5 steals. For the first 5 seasons, it was incredible. Soon as he came to the NBA on the merger, man, this dude is averaging single rebounds. His steals goes down by a whole steal. His blocks go down a whole block almost. He go from scoring 27, 28, 29, 32 points in the ABA to scoring 20, 21, 22, under double-digit rebounds from year 6 until he retires, guys. I mean, so what does that mean? And he only made 1 defensive team, and that was in the ABA. 1 defensive team? How's that? So you couldn't even get on a second team? Once you got in the NBA or the ABA, you couldn't even get a second team? So like I tell you guys, to me, the great defenders are always on the first team, unless, you got beat out by a dude who's even greater. The second team is usually guys who are, help defenders and stuff like that usually. So you can't even make a second team? So what am I supposed to say about that? At your position, can't even make a second team. I'm just saying his numbers just seem to fall off the map when he come in the NBA. And to me, it's hard for me to sit here and hear people say he saved the game. I don't know. So, okay, can you say Dr. J was more popular than the guys that was in the NBA? Yes. But when you talk about save the game, what championships was he winning when the merger happened? So he came in the NBA, what championships was he winning? What scoring titles was he winning? What MVPs was he winning? What defensive teams was he winning? In the 70s, what was he doing? He wasn't winning no MVPs. He wasn't winning no championships. He wasn't winning no scoring titles. He wasn't on no defensive teams. All his stats went down dramatically. How'd he save the game? I don't understand. If you say he saved the game based on his popularity, okay, you can say that. But to me, his play went down. And he wasn't winning no statistical accolades, no championships, making no defensive teams when he came into the NBA until his career ended. So I don't know. And then we talk about, what's his name? Kareem, he only won 2 finals MVPs. Okay. Moses won the only finals MVP of the finals Dr. J went to. How does that make any sense? In the NBA. Lastly, if the ABA was so better, then how come they didn't come over here? And how come Dr. J didn't come with his same numbers and dominate the NBA? How did his numbers go down? How did his statistical accolades just disappear? They ain't on no defensive teams. If the ABA was that good and the NBA wasn't that good, to me, like I said, I think either the NBA was that good when he came in that he fell off like that. I'm not trying to say he fell off as an all-time great. I'm saying compared to how he was in the ABA. So the NBA was better than the ABA, or the ABA wasn't as good. Which one is it? This is year 6. You're coming into the NBA. Year 6 of your NBA. Of your professional basketball career. And you fall off like that? And look, I can buy the thing, he won't win the championships. That don't bother me. I'm talking about his stats. Go look at it from when he was in the ABA. It's incredible. Go look at it. His full stats, his blocks, his steals, his points, his rebounds. It's incredible those first 5 years. Just incredible. His scoring titles, his championships, his MVP finals, playoff MVPs, incredible, spectacular. I ain't got no beef with that. It's Dr. J. So when we seen that, what he was doing in the ABA, a lot of people expected, well, he's going to come do that in the NBA. Not only did he not do that in the NBA, he fell off in comparison to how good he was in the ABA. Go check it out. All facts. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was a monster coming into the NBA, just like Dr. J was a monster going into the ABA. To me, there's really no difference between them except for Dr. J fell off like that. His numbers fell off the map after his 6th season. It took Kareem around, I don't know, maybe year 10, 11 for him to get like a drastic drop like that. But Kareem is one of the greatest two-way players. Dr. J, we could say he was a decent defender. Like I said, it's a standard that you got to hold. It's sometimes guys, I don't know if they miss it or they do it on purpose, or they're not aware they're doing it. They're not doing it, but there's a standard. So when we talk about a two-way player, in some of the greatest two-way players of all time, we talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm not trying to say he's the greatest, but when you look at his resume, 11 times on a defensive team, guys. 11 times. 2 scoring titles. Man, he got 7. Kobe only got 2. Kareem, for his position, is a great scorer. He don't have to bully nobody. He knows that. Man, this guy went against Wilt Chamberlain. He was the only guy that was able, to put it on Wilt Chamberlain like that. Now, Wilt did do it to him, but Wilt even confessed. He was the only guy to be able to shut him down, even though it was an older Wilt, we got to admit. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 11 times defensive team. What else do you want? And he's got 4 block titles. He should have about 7, but they didn't count blocks those years. He should have 7. 7? Yes, 7. Let's remember, he won an MVP with the Lakers while Magic was there. Let's remember, I think when Magic came, I think Kareem was in his 10th season, right? And you guys might think, well, that ain't much. That ain't. Back then, yes, it was. Yes, it was. When you battle in a paint like that, it is. And he's playing all those years in college. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 years into his career before Kareem ever came. Magic ever came. That's crazy. 10 years. That'd be like Michael Jordan in what? I don't think he played that. 80. So that'd be like 94, 95 season. I'm just giving you, 94, 95 season. Michael Jordan played with the Bulls 3 more years after that, guys. And actually, that would be 11. My fault. When Magic came, if I'm mistaken, that would be his 11th season. Yep. So that'd be like Michael's 95, 96 season. Go look at how Hakeem was doing in 95, 96, or Charles Barkley, or, some of these guys in year 11, guys. And then here you got Magic coming with young legs. It's just a wonder that Kareem was able to do the stuff that he was able to do with the Showtime Lakers running up and down the court. Winning another Finals MVP. Winning another MVP while Magic was there. Because Magic was a shit. Are we now basing it on what do you call it? We basing it now on championships? I don't know. But let's remember, he won 6 MVPs 6 championships. And I done heard it. Okay, Dr. J will win some of them. Well, Dr. J got like, what, he got like 3 in the ABA or something like that? If Dr. J was playing in the NBA, well, one-way player? So you basically, we talk about these one-way players, right? we talk about, and I'm not trying to be mean, but even LeBron James, I ain't saying he deserves it, has more defensive teams. Let's be real, man. Dr. J was a one-way player. I'm not trying to say he wasn't a good defender. I'm not trying to, but the proof is in the pudding, guys. If you was good to me, a good defender, a good help, you're making a defensive team. I don't know what to say, man. We got to keep the standard across the board. That's your position. So somebody's beating you out 2 times. 2 guys is beating you out because you could be on the first team or the second defensive team, but you got beat out 2 times all those years that you played. I'm not going by Kareem's high school resume and all this stuff. I'm going by his resume in the pros. And I'm not trying to say, Kareem was perfect or nothing like that. But his resume is greater than Dr. J. Now, if you want to say, okay, he's a slight better scorer. If you want to say that, then the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that's fine. But overall, Kareem, he's always going to be known for a 2-way player. You know what? This guy was coming. Oh, God, man. Kareem came in his first year, 28 points, 14 rebounds. Second year, 30 points, 16 rebounds. All the while, he giving you like 4 blocks a game, but he don't get that because they ain't counted. Third season, 34 points, 16 rebounds. Fourth season, 30 points, 16 rebounds. Fifth season, 27 points, 14 rebounds. The next season, sixth season, 30 points, 14 rebounds. I think this is 7th, 27 points, 16 rebounds. Eighth season, 26 points, 13 rebounds. And then the next season, 25 and 12 rebounds. And then he did go down in this season, 23 points. That was his 10th season, 23 points, 12 rebounds. Took him 10 seasons to go under 25 points. But he still wasn't under 10 rebounds. He was still over 10 rebounds. And what's so crazy about it, they say, oh man, he only had 1 rebound title. What? In those 10 seasons, 12 rebounds, 12 rebounds, 13 rebounds, 16 rebounds, 14, 14, 16, 16, 16, 14. His first 10 seasons. And then the year that your boy comes, Magic, he goes to 10. Next season, 10. And then he starts going under 10 because you got a whole slew of guys there now. Even Magic's getting you 7, 8 rebounds. And then you got all these other guys getting all these rebounds. So by the time he went under 10 rebounds, we're talking about, what is that? 11, 12, I think 13th season. His 13th season. And he still ain't under 20 points. And he still ain't where Dr. J came in and make 21 points into the NBA in his first season. Kareem didn't hit that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14th. Until he hit his 14th season, did he average 21 points, guys. Dr. J did that coming into the NBA in his sixth season. I'm not even a big Kareem fan. I'm just telling you the facts. I'm just telling you the facts. And this is why you will not find Dr. J in anybody's top 10. It don't exist. As far as the mainstream media, it don't exist, guys. Because his better days was in the ABA. His better days was in the ABA. So I'm gonna get off of here, but LeBron James, that dude it's a clown show. Tell me what you think. Oh, let me say this too. And I'm not trying to knock Dr. J, and I ain't trying to knock a man's money, but he had a chance to come into the NBA, but he went to the ABA, he took the money. And I'm not trying to fault him, but he chose to go to the ABA, he took the money, like a lot of other guys did. They chose to go to the ABA and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say, we could have had like It could have been great if he would have just went into. I think he might have. Didn't he get drafted? If I'm mistaken, I think he got drafted by Milwaukee, so he would have been playing. I might be wrong. So he would have been playing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's what I thought I saw. Correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe that's why he took the ABA. I don't know. But we'll never know who would have been the best in the 70s. Like I said, Kareem did what he did, and Dr. J did what he did. But we can't really compare the ABA to the NBA, like I said, because when he came to the NBA, he just wasn't even the same dude. Yes, he was all NBA, whatever, but nothing like the ABA. And like I said, he wasn't making a defensive team. You got to remember also, too, why the NBA took a hit in the 70s, because we're just coming out the dominance of the Boston Celtics of the 60s. It's almost like when Jordan retired, look at the numbers in the finals. Look at the numbers of the NBA, period. When those guys, they phased out from the 90s and stuff like that, the Barkleys, the Malones, the 2000s, it wasn't as bad as now, but it wasn't even close as far as ratings. And then Tim Duncan was winning on top of that. So it was like one of them things in the 70s. You got a lot of those guys. It wasn't just the Celtics dominance. It was that. But Wilt was old. Jerry West was old. And Elgin Baylor had already retired. And Oscar Robertson, he was old. And, a lot of these other guys, they retired from the Celtics. A lot of guys retired from the 60s period. Didn't go into the 70s or retired in the early 70s. So the game took a big hit, guys. The game took a big hit. That's why I try to tell you, the only thing, and the ratings are bad now in the NBA, the past 10 years, whatever. And the worst they've been since we've been in the 2020s. But when these 210 guys phase out, it's MLB ratings, guys. It's just guys gonna be playing a Euro-style basketball and nobody don't care. Just like the MLB. Yes, it'll be fans. People watch it. The league ain't gonna collapse, but that's it. That's it. You can't have an American sport with 95% of international players, and they don't even promote the game on top of that to American people. And I keep trying to tell you guys, it's about culture. So if American people went over there and took over Brazilian soccer, how would those people respond? You think they'll be watching soccer? The leagues there? Do you think they'll be watching the leagues in Europe if American people who speak English, that don't know the pop culture, don't know the culture, can't speak the language, don't know all this stuff, and go over there to Europe and take over the soccer leagues over there? You think them people, them countries gonna want to watch it? Yes, you might get an audience. Remember, the NBA viewership on TV and the people who go watch the NBA is so far apart now, it's ridiculous. The viewership is horrible now at home versus, the fans going to see the game. And what this means is the viewership they used to watch on TV, they're not buying it. These were real fans. They don't want to see this. But the people who continue to go buy tickets and watch it, a lot of these people just want to see entertainment. And that's fine with me. And we know most of these people just want to see entertainment. They're not real, NBA fans and stuff like that. Because one thing about it, the fans of the past, the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, those arenas won't be packed like they are today. Because they will hold these guys to a standard. Nobody wants to go see blowout games every night. People flop, people crying, whine, coaches that don't coach. They're just stand-in coaches. Everybody playing the same style of basketball. Just everything that's wrong with the game. And yes, we don't always have international players in the game. Probably since about the late 80s. Cool. But it's never been this heavy, and they wasn't the face of the league. If you're the face of the league, that's fine. Prove it. Prove your worth. But they're only worthy of it because of whatever. But they're not. If we took a top 5 guys of every decade, that was the top 5 of every decade, these guys won't even come close. The Jokers, the Giannis, the Lukas, the SGAs, and even the MLB, even the Embiids. They won't come close to the top 5 guys of each decade. From the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, even the 210s. The 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. Go get the top 5 guys of that decade against these top 5 guys, which are the international guys, really. Oh, you can throw in Wemby. It won't be no comparison, guys. It's that bad. Most of them guys would make defensive teams. They would have all these statistical accolades. No telling where they would be on the top 75 list. Way up there. Two-way players or all-around players. I'm just trying to tell you, man. This is where the NBA is headed. And they're lucky they even got LeBron James around for the clown show, the Kawhi Leonards, and all this clown show shit. Because after that, there's nothing to talk about. And not that we need a clown show. Remember, back in the day, the on-court greatness made the soap opera. The rivalries, the defense, all this stuff. They had storylines. Is this player ever gonna get past this team? And how many championships can this team win? It's just the soap opera came out of the on-court greatness. Now, like I keep trying to tell you, there's no on-court greatness. So social media just talks about a whole bunch of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with on-court greatness and brings you a soap opera to push the game. Because what would you think right now? You would think, damn, the game is at all-time high. So if you look on social media the past 5 years and you see the soap opera that's been going on, the NBA's at an all-time, no, it's at an all-time low. The on-court greatness ain't the soap opera. It's Kawhi, doing this, not showing up. It's Russell Westbrook getting this. It's LeBron James flopping, trading teammates, trading coaches, losing when he ain't supposed to lose, doing this. It's just all kind of different stuff, man. Bronny coming into the league. It's just all kind of stuff. It's basically reaction on social media to sell this game. And that ain't how it's supposed to be, guys. That ain't how it's supposed to be with great players. Michael Jordan, he didn't have a soap opera off court. Yes, there was things going on here and there, but his on-court greatness sold it. Magic Johnson, on-court greatness, right? Larry Bird's on-court greatness. We talk about Dr. J, his on-court greatness. We're like, damn, let's get him over to the NBA. This guy's great. Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, all these guys, their on-court greatness made the soap opera. Yes, you might have had like a little soap opera off court here and there, but for the most part, it was the on-court greatness. You can't have that in this era where guys flop, travel, carry, don't come to work. There's no competition. Everybody's always sitting out. They're changing rules. There's no real head coaches. There's no real referees. You can't have on-court greatness. The best you can have is some made-up bullshit off of social media. Right? So these YouTube channels can sell it for the NBA. Because their top 5 guys, again, ain't selling the NBA, guys. If they were, you wouldn't need all these shenanigans from these 210 guys. You wouldn't need Bronny in the league. I'm going to say this again. I can't take none of these guys serious. Bronny plays in their era. Just how much respect the NBA has for its players. That they'll let Bronny in the league. Don't tell me he ain't got no... Trust me. It's a business. If they wanted LeBron James gone 5 years ago, he would have been gone 5 years ago, guys. When they decided to push Michael Jordan out, all them owners came together and said, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. Jerry Krause, don't bring Phil back and don't sign Scotty. They want to win. So they put Jordan out because they knew Jordan was going to keep winning. I don't know what else to tell you. That's what I try to tell you all the time. You dumb enough to think somebody just running around rogue for 22 years, saying what he want to say, do what he want to say, and the owners don't have control, the commission don't have control, the Players Association don't have control. It's just this LeBron James running around doing and saying what he wants to do with Clutch Sports. Nope. That's the script they wrote for this guy. They already knew I keep trying to tell you, they knew they were screwed once he went to the finals in 2007 and nobody wanted to see him play. And he got smoked. So imagine he goes back and he shows up in 08 or 9 or 10 and Kobe's there and smokes him. You ain't got no GOAT debate. You don't have no debate groups. You don't have none of it. It's over. It's over for this guy. And he still got smoked in 2011 with a super team. But it was okay as long as Kobe didn't beat him, right? It was okay if Duncan beat him. While he had a super team. It's okay if, Curry beats him with no super team. It don't make none of them to go as long as Kobe didn't beat him. Well, Kobe showed up. He didn't show up. Kobe showed up for 2 years in a row. He didn't show up. Because they already knew. Don't let Kobe beat him. And Kobe just can get some... LeBron James can outstat him. LeBron James ain't shining Kobe Bryant's shoes, bro. Not even close. LeBron James will tell you all the way up until Kobe Bryant died, Kobe Bryant was better than him. I got about 3 videos from, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, the 2010s, and until Kobe died. LeBron James said he ain't better than Kobe. Sorry, LeBron James.